Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Stack Sats Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. Are you the April Fool this month? Are you the April Fool all year long? Okay, if you're saving in dollars, you're the April Fool. Okay, saving in dollars is bad for your wealth. Okay, save in Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that here on the show. We talk about that every day, Monday through Friday, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3:30 Eastern. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. BTC Backpacker in the house. He says my volume is low. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. How's that, guys? Is that better? I think the music kind of overpowers the mic sometimes, but that should be better. All right. I stacked on the dip this morning. Oh, I knew it. I knew some of you guys are stacking on that dip. That's perfect. Really good entry. Really good entry. We're back almost halfway up the dip. So if you got some of those sweet $68,200 sats, congratulations. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome. Round of applause for the dip stackers, because dips are gifts. All right. So let's get into the first segment of the show that we like to call the Sat Strength. All right, so on the Sat Strength, we like to say that. Oh, wait, here we go. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $69,475.50. It's not bad. Not bad. Or another way to look at it is you can buy 1,439 Satoshis. Oh, let's do that. That's cool. You can buy 1,439 Satoshis for a single dollar. What the heck is a Satoshi? You might be asking yourself if it's your first time here. A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. And Satoshis are cheap, okay? Satoshis are pretty cheap. Let's say you're walking down the street minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day you could afford 14.39 Satoshis for a single penny. It's pretty cool, right? When Bitcoin hits $1 million, one Satoshi will be equal to 1 penny. Wild, right? Wild. Hey guys, do me the favor, hit that like button on the way in so we can get some additional push from the YouTube algorithm and keep the show rolling, keep the show growing. We're at 196 or 97 subscribers, something like that. Something crazy like that. Let's see. Let me just double check. I gotta check because it's pretty exciting. Let's see. We are at 197 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, smack that subscribe button and let's continue with the show. All right. I hope you guys had a good weekend. What you guys do this weekend? Anything of note worth mentioning that was super fun this weekend? Let me know in the chat because I want to live vicariously through your adventures. J-Dub in the house. LFG. Let's go. Round of applause for J-Dub. Chilling and stacking. Did you stack the dip, J-Dub? Man. So we got some stuff I bought for the 100 stacks challenge over the weekend. And today we're going to do stacking for our DCA of the day and also for our 100 days of 100 stacks challenge, 100 Bitcoin stacks challenge. Carlos Aramillo in the house. Let's go. Welcome. Bienvenido. And BTC Moon Guy. Happy Monday, everybody. Nice job. Very cool. So just like that, it's wild, right? It's wild. Okay. So last week we said that this week we're going to focus on on storage, on cold storage, on wallets, and getting your Bitcoin off of the exchanges, right? So before we get started, and in case I got to focus in on something specific, do you guys have any questions regarding storage, moving coins off and on, off of an exchange, or any questions regarding UTXOs and consolidating UTXOs? If anything I just said sounds confusing to you or it's new, then do mention something in the chat. And we can, that will kind of help me focus on something that's going to be useful to you that's watching today. Okay, so that's my goal. I want to be helpful to you guys that are actually watching. I know some of you guys, like BTC Moon guy is here. He's here for the party. Okay, he knows what he's doing, and I love to see him in here all the time because it's just motivating to see someone that's done what we're trying to do. Okay, so we're gonna be the BTC Moon guys in 10 years. Okay, that'll be us. Do you think? What do you think about hot wallets? Okay, cool. All right, so let me just introduce a segment. We're gonna call While We Stack, and we're gonna actually talk about wallets and hot wallets, cold wallets. What's the difference? Okay, there we go. Why we stack? Real quick, we stack because as the money we use and work for and exchange our life force for gets devalued and debased by continued money printing and debt issuance, those new dollars and that debt that gets issued and those new dollars that get created are no different than the dollars you and I have to work for. So when there's more of those dollars, the dollars you have in your bank account represent less value. So you're losing purchasing power over time the longer you hold the dollar. So it's April 1st, and we like to make puns. We like to make fun of the April 1st. And don't be the April Fool all year long by saving in dollars. Okay? Only the April Fool saves in dollars because he doesn't understand that the dollar is debasing him and stealing from him every single day, every single second that you're holding a dollar. Okay? So what you do instead is you save whatever money you want to save for long term and use Bitcoin as a piggy bank instead. When you use Bitcoin as a piggy bank, your purchasing power doesn't only not decrease like it does in the dollar, but it increases. Okay, so imagine a piggy bank that you put some value into it, and that value grows over time, right? Without having to do anything else, right? All you got to do is buy the Bitcoin. You can buy it from another person. You can buy it through an exchange. You can mine it, right? But once you have that Bitcoin, you got to make sure it's in your possession, in a wallet that you have the keys for and you control. Once you have that, that's all you got to do. Then the system will continue to debase the dollar and other government currencies. And as that happens, the value of your Bitcoin will continue to go up. So as long as the government continues to print money and debase, you pretty much have a guarantee that the value of your Bitcoin is going to keep going up. So that is why we stack. That's why we stack. Okay, basics. That's the basic. That's the basic understanding of why we stack here on the show. But once you start researching Bitcoin and understanding how it works, you start to understand all the other different facets of Bitcoin. Sovereignty. It's immutable. It's permissionless. It's peer-to-peer. You don't need anybody in between to collect a fee just for you handling your money, right? It's amazing. It's an amazing technology. We focus here on the show on the aspect of, I guess, inflation resistance, or I treat it. I think of it as like a digital property that continues to go up in value as more people start to understand that the city is limited, the space is limited, and that there's only 21 million Bitcoin. And if you're holding that Bitcoin, it shields your wealth from inflation. And as more wealthy people understand this, they're gonna want some of that juicy Bitcoin shield from inflation, and so they're gonna get into it, and it's gonna just make your Bitcoin more valuable, right? Okay, so that's why we stack. That concludes why we stack. Now let's get into this question. Okay, general wallet discussion: hard and soft is good for. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna go. We'll review the types of wallets real quick. That way, it's something productive. And then once we get more into the topic, over the next couple of days, over this week, we'll be getting more and more into different wallet questions that pop up. But we'll keep this maybe like 10-15 minutes of just explaining the differences between a cold wallet and a hot wallet and what they actually are, right? What actually is a wallet, and is your Bitcoin actually in that wallet? Because I thought my Bitcoin was on the network. It's weird, right? So first of all, you need a piece of software to interact with the Bitcoin network, right? And that's like your app. It could be an app on your phone. It could be a website. It's like you basically need the Bitcoin core wallet software. Okay. Oh, BTC Moon guy started with paper wallet. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm not that familiar with paper wallets, but I know software wallets, which are considered hot wallets, and cold wallets, which are considered a hard drive, or like it's not a hard drive, but like a device. Okay. All right. So first of all, what the heck is a wallet? Well, a wallet, it's like an account ID for you on the Bitcoin network. Okay. Now this account doesn't require you to give it your name, social security number, none of that stuff. It's just an account, like a user account, but without a username on the Bitcoin network. Okay. And that account is comprised of two separate hashes, or two separate keys. One is a public key, and one is a private key. Okay. So when you set up your wallet, you get a bunch of words. It could be 12 words or 24 words that represent your private key. Okay. And when you set up your software or your hardware, that private key lives in that device or lives in that software, so that every time you have to do a transaction on your Bitcoin account, your Bitcoin wallet, the Bitcoin network wants to make sure that it's you pushing out the Bitcoin and not somebody else creating a transaction for a different wallet. And they say, okay, we know that you have the wallet that you're trying to push Bitcoin out of, but we've given that wallet a secret key. What is a secret key for that? And then your device or your software app signs for that transaction with the private key that is stored in that device or stored in that software wallet. Okay. So that's how the transactions work. Okay. You can also generate different public incoming addresses, and those different public incoming addresses will all end up landing on the same wallet, but it shields you from having everybody that sends you Bitcoin be able to see your whole amount of Bitcoin in that wallet. So you create a bunch of different incoming addresses, and they'll only be able to see what's been sent to the one address they know that they have the information for, they have the address for, right? So think of it as I guess like a bank account with an unlimited number of incoming account numbers. They could all be different account numbers, but they all end up in the same account. Okay. But whoever has that account number can go and check the balance of that account that's linked only to that one instance of it. Okay. It's weird. Okay. My hand, a bunch of different incoming public receiving addresses. So this one receives $100. This one receives $20. This one receives, well, let's say 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin, 3 Bitcoin, 4 Bitcoin, right? So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Bitcoin are in my account. Okay. But if I asked BTC Moon Guy to send me a Bitcoin at this address number, then BTC Moon Guy has my address for this incoming feed. So he can always go and check how much Bitcoin I have. And when he checks that account, that incoming public number, he's going to get only the balance of 1, which is what he sent. Or if I also gave that address to somebody else to send me Bitcoin, and they send me 1 Bitcoin, then he can still see that there's 2 Bitcoin sent to that address, right? But he can't see the whole value. You can't see the whole 10 in here. You can only see the ones that they have the address for, okay? On top of that, this main account has an overall public address, and you don't want to show that, okay? Because if somebody has your overall main public account, then they can see your whole balance regardless of whether they have each individual receiving address. They can see your whole wallet, right? So that is the basics of how we're receiving wallets and how the key is stored in that device or in that piece of software that's signing your transactions for you. Okay, good. We're good. Now, let's talk about the difference between a hardware or AKA a cold wallet, and a soft wallet or a hot wallet. Okay. So hot and cold refers to whether that thing is constantly on or it can be turned off and taken off the network or taken off the internet. Okay. So let's say that you have a soft wallet on your phone. Okay. And your phone, let's say it gets hacked, right? And somebody has somehow, or not, let's not do a phone because a phone would be very difficult to take control over. But let's say you have a software wallet on your computer and your computer gets hacked, right? And now the person that's hacked your computer doesn't necessarily have to know your seed phrase, but they have access to the software that you're running on your computer to sign transactions, and they can actually send themselves a transaction if you don't have any other kind of security like a PIN or a password to the Bitcoin management software, to the Bitcoin wallet software, right? So that would be one of the downfalls of having a hot wallet or a software wallet, right? You wouldn't want to do it on a device that's always connected to the internet because it's dangerous, right? Who knows? You click on the wrong thing and you end up with the virus, and next thing you know, your whole Bitcoin stash is missing, right? So, but it does give you the ability to not have to pay an extra $50 to $200 for an actual hardware signing device, right? But that's for you to analyze. Okay, if I'm just getting started out with Bitcoin, I have like, let's say $100, $200, $300 worth of Bitcoin. I'm trying to figure it out still. You probably don't need a hardware wallet yet, right? You can start working on setting up, on understanding it, right? And if you need to take off your coins off the exchange, you could take it to a software wallet. That's fine, right? Or like a Bitcoin wallet app on your phone, right? But knowing the risk that you're trying to save the 60 or $50 that it would cost you to get a cold card or like a hardware device, but in the end you're putting yourself at risk of getting hacked and losing your coins, right? If you're gonna go beyond the $200-300 mark on the value of your Bitcoin, you should definitely get into the cold storage option. Okay, let's talk about the cold storage option. When you set up the initial Bitcoin account, that private key lives in your software, right? Well, when you link your software to a signing device like a Trezor or like a Blockstream Jade, Cold Card, all these different pieces of hardware, and the software operates the same way. You still need the software to set up transactions and send or receive Bitcoin, but the part of the software that normally holds that private key, that code, is not in that software. That lives on a separate device. Like I said, a Blockstream, Jade, Cold Card, Trezor, right? That'll live on a separate device, and you'll have to physically connect that device into the machine that you're doing the transactions on in order to sign and approve those transactions you want to make. Okay, and basically just it's for sending stuff out, for sending Bitcoin out. So if you don't have the device, you won't be able to sign for those transactions. So the Bitcoin network won't acknowledge that expenditure. Like it would basically not take your transaction because it thinks it's a fake, right? So what are the benefits of that? Well, the benefit of that is even if your computer does get hacked, and somebody's able to remotely control your computer and operate your software, unless you leave your hardware device plugged in, your signing device plugged in, they won't be able to take your sats or take your Bitcoin because it would require for you to physically connect your signing device and then approve the transaction on your signing device. So even if you left it connected, it would be hard for them to physically push buttons remotely, right? So that's where the extra layer of security happens. If you have a hardware device, a signing device, don't leave it plugged into your computer, please. Right? Okay. So those are the differences between a cold wallet and a hard wallet. And I encourage and ask you that you do pursue the route of of a physical hardware signing device. Okay, a physical wallet. Okay. Now to go back to the original question or the original commentary I started with, does the Bitcoin actually live on your wallet? No, it doesn't actually live in your signing device or your cold wallet or your hot wallet. The only thing that lives in your cold or hot wallet is the account information, like the account name, I guess, or the account wallet ID, and the uh, public and private keys that you use to sign transactions on, right? But your actual Bitcoin exists everywhere. They exist on, let's see, see. Your actual Bitcoin exists in, where's the nodes? I'm not used to this display yet. Here we go. Is this one? Yeah. Hash rate difficulty, mempool, nope. No security here. Nodes. Bitcoin dominance, nope. There we go. Your actual Bitcoin is accounted for in 18,573 nodes. These are all Bitcoin nodes that are running the Bitcoin software, and they're all synced up with each other, and they all know how many Bitcoin, how many sats are in your wallet. Okay. And you're like, well, that's kind of weird, but it makes sense, right? If you were to lose your physical wallet or your warm or your hot wallet, like you say, you break your phone, it goes into the ocean, or your hardware signing device goes on the fritz or it gets smashed and you can't use it anymore. Well, hopefully you kept those 12 or 24 words safely separate from those things, separate from those devices. And you'll be able to come back to the Bitcoin network and say, hey, I had a wallet and it's this wallet ID. And I lost my device. So I'd like to restore that wallet to this new device, to my new phone or my new cold card or my new Blockstream Jade or my new Trezor. And I say, okay, cool. Well, if this is really you, can you send us the recovery phrase? And you're not gonna actually send it to somebody in support or anything like that. You're actually gonna do it in the app when you're restoring the wallet. And what's actually happening there is that software will go out to the Bitcoin network, and once it gets out to the Bitcoin network, it's gonna get prompted for the seed phrase. You'll get that there, and then it'll say, okay, cool, we're gonna restore your wallet, and here is your private key, and your private key will go back into your new device, and you'll be good to go. You'll have once again redundancy, and when I say redundancy, I mean this: if you lose your hardware wallet or your warm wallet, but you still have your seed phrase, you're okay, but you're in the yellow zone. You're in the warning zone. Okay. As soon as possible, you need to get a replacement software or a replacement phone or a replacement piece of hardware so that you can recover your pass phrase to this device and have, once again, two options: the hardware wallet, the actual wallet, or the seed phrase. Okay. Let's say you lose the seed phrase because you moved and forgot where you hid it, but you still have access to your wallet. There's no way in hell that you'll be able to guess your seed phrase unless you actually wrote it down and have it. Okay. So while you still have one of the two options, you still have access to your physical wallet or your software wallet. You're going to have to create a new wallet that you can then write down the new seed phrase for, and then transfer all your Bitcoin to that new wallet, because now on that new wallet, you'll have, again, two options: the seed phrase or access to the device. If you lose at any point both of those things, the seed phrase and access to the device, like say you had your seed phrase written down on a piece of paper in your left pocket, and you had your Trezor in your right pocket, and you went for a swim, and the Trezor's fried and the paper with your seed phrase turned into nothing, then you've in essence donated all of your Bitcoin to the Bitcoin network and made Bitcoin more scarce for everybody else. So thank you, but you're not going to get that Bitcoin back. Okay. So that's why it's super important, especially on days like today where we're kind of reviewing the importance of wallets, is to make absolutely sure that you always have at least two, that redundancy, that you know your seed phrase to recover your stuff, and you know that your device is working. Okay. And you should check that at least maybe every 2 weeks, I would say, just to make sure that everything is there and just to make sure everything is working, right? And if one of the two things is not working, one of the things are missing, then you need to take the appropriate steps so you don't screw yourself in the future. Okay. BTC Moonguy says I started with paper. Oh yeah. What up, McLovin in the house? Stocking Legends, let's go. BTC Moonguy says I had a Trezor die once. It does happen. Yeah. That's scary. That's scary. When your hardware device dies and you're like, oh my gosh. And then you're like, oh yeah, I have my seed phrase. I can recover it. It's all good. Okay. But I had a relative that I was orange pilling their phone. They got a phone upgrade. Okay. And at the upgrade place, they told her that they would back up all of her apps and put them on her new phone. Okay. Well, that's not going to work if you have any kind of Bitcoin wallet. Okay. Because all they're doing at the shop is they're installing the same apps that you already had installed, but they don't care what's actually inside the app. Okay. There's no way for them to actually go in and port over your wallet's private key. Okay. So if you're getting a new phone upgrade and you're using a hot wallet on your phone, be very, very careful. Make absolutely sure that you have a seed phrase written down before you get the upgrade. Okay. Because you're going to have to, once they upgrade your phone and move all your apps over there, you're going to have to go into the app and your wallet's not going to be there. It's just going to say, would you like to create a new wallet or would you like to restore a wallet? And when you click restore a wallet, that's when you put in your seed phrase, and then you'll have, you'll regenerate those keys on that device, and you'll once again have access to your Bitcoin, and you'll have the two paths, right? The passphrase or the device. Okay. Anyway, so it's pretty wild, right? So that's super important to cover, and I hope I did it justice. If anybody has any questions now or in the future, if you're watching this video as a replay and you have any questions, do put your question in the comments. I will answer your questions in the next episode, or whenever whenever the next episode is, when I see your question. And BTC Moonguy says everyone should strongly consider multi-sig, in my opinion. Okay, I'm not that familiar with multi-sig, BTC Moonguy, and like I told you guys before, I wouldn't BS you on some stuff that I don't know about. So I need to do some research on multi-sig. I've heard about it before, but I've been lazy about it. I'm gonna go look at it a little bit today, maybe tomorrow, but we'll talk about multi-sig this week, because I think that's a good branching off point, BTC Moonguy, to explore. I know there's a lot of different options when it comes to multi-sig, and it makes sense, especially if you're like sharing a stack with your significant other, or you want to have set up something for like inheritance or something like that. Multi-sig seems handy. Okay, so we'll talk about multi-sig later this week. I don't know if I have time tonight to look at it for tomorrow's episode, but maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. Today's a busy day for me. But yeah, very cool. Awesome. All right, guys. So let's jump into Stack Recap. All right. So let's go. Hey, people watching, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit that subscribe button. We are at 197 subscribers. Is that right? Jeez. Let's see. 197 subscribers. Yeah, 197 subscribers. What are we gonna do when we get to 200 subscribers? What should be the thing? Think about something to do to celebrate 200 subscribers. And while I update you guys on the current position for the show. We started stacking sats back in May 22nd, 2023. We've stacked about 14.8 million Satoshis since then. We started a separate sheet to track the buys in 2024 only, and we are up to 4.07 million Satoshis on that account. We're up 41% since the beginning of the year, and we're up 87% since the beginning of the show. And we're about 11 months in. Yeah, well, 10 months in. Yeah, 10 months. That's crazy. This will be the beginning of our 11th month. 87% up. That's insane. Okay. All right. So today the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price. Wait, where am I? There we go. There it is. Today the price of Bitcoin is 69,540. Our average buy price for 2024 is 53,000. That means that we are buying a $20 stack today for our normal DCA. And we're also doing the 100 days Bitcoin savings challenge, where we buy Bitcoin every day for 100 days based on the number of the day. You could do 5, 6. Oh, sorry. These are all 10s. You could do $11 here. You could do $27 on that line. You could do $60 on that line. You can do $80 on this line. Okay. So today you guys get to decide whether I'm doing a $10 buy today or a $80 buy. I'll put up the poll in a little bit. Yeah, let's jump into the final segment of the show. Now that we know how much we're gonna stack, there's only one thing left to do, and that is it's time to stack some sats. Okay, first order of business. We are gonna get the purchase done for our daily. Okay, our daily is $20. There it is. Get this preview going. Copy this here. This way I have enough time to... Whoa, did I freeze? No! There we go, I'm back. This way we have enough time to actually make the purchase and do the purchase again. So here. All right. Make it the first buy of the evening, of the afternoon. Here we go. $20 worth of Bitcoin going into the stack for the show. Today's episode 190. Man, our episode number's catching up to our subscribers, guys. Welcome everybody to the stream. If you're just tuning in, we're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin to add to our stack, and the Bitcoin has been purchased. The Bitcoin has been bought. There it is. There it is. All right, so that's done. Now, the poll. It's time for the poll, and that is 100 stacks amount. Today, are we buying a $10 line, or are we buying the $80 line? What do you guys think we should do? Buy the $10 line or an $80 line? Answer in the poll. It's coming up right now. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you're just tuning in and you're new here, say hello in the chat. You have to subscribe for about a minute, and then you can chat. Say whatever you want. Keep it cool. No poop coins. Bitcoin only. And stay positive. El Somer in the house. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you in here. It's wild, guys. Seeing 8 or 10 concurrent viewers on the stream. It's wild. You know, I love it. It's good to see everybody in here. Okay. While the poll is going, you know what? Let's do this. Let's update the spreadsheet for our normal stack, and that'll give Swan enough time to reset so I can do another purchase. Okay. So we go browser. Okay, today's buy is 4/1/24, April Fool's Day. We bought at 69,000. $780. We bought what? Oh, I just didn't paste it. Dang it, keep doing that. There we go. We bought $69,999. 1, 2, 3, 999. About $20 worth. We got 0.0002886 Bitcoin, and that translates to 28,286 Satoshis added to our stack. Excellent. Let's add this to the cumulative spreadsheet. It's over here. Every single buy we've done on the show is tracked on this sheet. If you're curious, check it out. We this is supposed to serve as a good example of how saving in Bitcoin can make you more wealthy. See? Simple. We just stack and stack and stack and we get gains, right? And my intent is not to sell, of course, because why would I sell such a scarce asset for melting fiat ice cubes? Everybody say what's up to El Somewhere in the house. What up? Okay, so we got we have that done. And now let's see if this Swan has reset. There it goes. Okay, looks like it went through. All right, the poll is up. We're looking like the 100 stack amount is gonna be either $10 or $80 today. We got 57% going $10 and 43% going $80. Okay, we're gonna give it final. Yep, 3 minutes. Okay, that's 3 minutes. Okay, that's it. We're ending the poll. Well, I should buy a $10 stack today or an $80 stack, and the people have spoken. The people have spoken. The people say we're gonna do a $10 stack today for the 100 stacks challenge. So this is like a choose your own adventure show, guys. $10. We're doing line number, I think it's line number 4. So we'll make the $10 purchase. Preview this guy. And go here. And let me just track my buy on this guy. All right. About to hit buy. And we're going for it. We're buying another $10 worth of Bitcoin today to add to our 100 stacks challenge. There it is. All right. It is considered. I'll consider that done. All right. We bought line number 5 today. So that's 4/1/24. We bought at 69,787. Oh, we had a bit of a dip there, huh? And we purchased $10, and that yielded 0.00014186 Bitcoin, which translates to 14,186 Satoshis. If you ain't self-custodying, you ain't stacking. That's right. That's right. If you ain't self-custodying, you ain't stacking. So we got, for the 100 stacks challenge, we are up at 2.6 million Satoshis. Our money has grown about 0.46%, but it's still early. We're not done with all these stacks. We do have so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We're 25 days into our 100 days. Is that it? Nah. No, it's more than that. Do I have more numbers than? Do I have more? Oh yeah, 25. Yeah, so we're a quarter of the way. We're 25. We're a quarter of the way through this challenge. Okay. If you want more info on this challenge, or you want to get this spreadsheet so you can track your 100-day challenge, at any point during the stream, you can type in 100 !100 stacks, and you'll get this spreadsheet as a template, and you can see what I've done so far, and you can clone it and use it to make your own 100 stacks challenge. Okay. All right. So the stacks have been stacked. Yep, the stacks have been stacked. The games, the polls have been polled, and just like that, another successful Monday. We talked about wallets today. We'll talk more about wallets tomorrow. And I need to research Multisig and understand that a little bit better, what the options might be, and that I'll probably talk about maybe on Wednesday or Thursday. But so far so good. On the other front, on on Friday, the dumbest thing happened to me. I mean, it's not dumb, but I thought I was young again, and in our jiu-jitsu class, we did our warm up was like running sprints, right? And so they had everybody get on the wall and put your hand on the wall, right? And when the instructor says go, you basically sprint to the other end of the mat, and whoever gets there last had to do 10 push-ups, right? So I'm looking around, sizing the other guys up. There's some pretty chunky guys in there, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm good. So I take it easy on the first round. I come in second. No, I come in second from last. I'm like, all right, I'm still in. And then the next round comes around, and I'm like, all right, I need to go a little bit faster so I can just be second from the last again, right? So I go and I make it, and I'm doing good. So in but on that round, I noticed that I was like, wow, okay, these guys are getting ahead of me. So for round 3, I'm like, all right, I really gotta go this time. I gotta just take off like Usain Bolt, yeah. And so I'm touching the wall. I'm waiting for the count, and they say go, and I just in my mind I'm like the Flash, right? But in real life, as soon as I pushed off my left leg, and extended my leg with my I guess my foot extended to push off the ground to sprint, I felt a click, a little on the in the not like a little bit behind my knee, but lower, on the top of my calf. And man, it was instant. I couldn't walk. The worst feeling ever, getting hurt over something silly like that. Yeah, something happened to the back of my calf. I had to hobble out of jiu-jitsu class on Friday, and then took some anti-inflammatories, and my wife massaged it, and I can walk now, but still it's just sad. It's just sad that took me out. I was still able to do class, but I started all of my rounds in class on my back, sitting down, and then I got a couple submissions, and so overall it was a good class. It just sucked that I couldn't get up and walk, but now I can walk. I was able to get it done, but yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to class today. I'm just gonna skip the warm-ups, skip any kind of sprinting. And once I'm fully healed, yeah, I do feel old, hard huddle. I feel like an old man. And once it's fully healed, hopefully, I'm going to start doing light sprinting on my own anyway. When I'm not doing jiu-jitsu, I'm just go to the park and do sprints, light sprints for now, just to get my body back up to it, and then start building up that muscle again. It is, right, McLovin? Oh, that's gay for real life, not funny. Yeah. Yeah, at the time it was like, oh shoot. At the time I was like, oh my god, that sucks. Am I gonna need surgery? And I don't know if I'll need surgery actually, right? But it feels okay. Yeah. The one time I felt something similar to this was years ago. It was after being on the lake on my kayak for like the whole day, basically just sitting down, right? And when I got off the lake, I had the kayak wheels on my kayak on there, and as I was trying to pull it through out of the water and into, I guess, over like a little lip of a curb, I pushed a little hard, and my that same thing actually, I think it was the same side, no, a different side. I had that similar feeling. That was like a long time ago, and that it kind of reminded me of that. It wasn't as bad that back then, but this time it was pretty bad. I just started sprinting again to remember. Oh man, dude, take it easy, right? It was the initial push to get started that did it. At least that's what I've been coming up with for okay, cool. Yeah, I just gotta basically start slower, because I was able to get the 2 sprints done, the first 2 sprints when I wasn't going full force, but then I decided I was gonna be Flashman and be like, and boom, snap. I was like, yeah, sucked, but. Oh, Leonard says, I wish I could run. Oh, sorry, Leonard. Sorry, Leonard. Oh, I thought it was a trombone right there, but it's music. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well. Well, all right then. On that note, I'm still happy that I got outside and did stuff, okay? You still gotta do stuff. You're gonna get hurt, but you're gonna come back stronger, okay? You're gonna come back stronger. Okay, so in order to wrap this whole episode up, let's go back to the beginning of this episode, wrap this whole thing up and say, look, it is April 1st today, April Fool's Day, okay? But there ain't no joke about it. There ain't nothing funny about it. Saving in dollars is making a fool out of everybody, okay? Don't be a fool. Save in Bitcoin. Do the research. Learn Bitcoin. Understand how Bitcoin works and understand how the dollar works. And you'll understand that saving in Bitcoin is a superior way, okay? It's better for you. It's going to make you more wealthy down the road. And you can, if you don't believe me, just look through our stats, okay? Look through our stats. Exclamation point, stat sheet. Do your analysis. Let us know what you could have done to make us gain more purchasing power over the same 10 months, okay? What other investment opportunity was there that we could have invested our money in, right? That would have beat our performance now, right? All right. So, with that said, happy Monday, guys. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Stats Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later, guys.